How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Targeting for Cost channel. Today we're doing a Store Championship qualifier at Collectors Legion in Gardena. Alright, and we have today's champion. What's your name?
Jonathan.
Jonathan. And what were you playing today?
Three Musketeers.
And
Really enjoyed it.
what was your record?
3 wins, and we drew in the last one.
Okay.
Got it on breakers.
Alright, but you ended up getting the invite.
Yeah.
Alright. And just go ahead and do the breakdown and your choices.
Sure, yeah. So Three Musketeers. So we'll start with the rookies. So I have 2 Digimon, and it's mainly for the new memory boosts that are now in the set. So this helped out in those cases, especially in my last opponent. Then we have a playset of Soundbermon, and these I feel are pretty really good in terms of the ability to swing in, chip in security right away, but then dumping out an option to gain a memory, helping you to go into my level 4, which I'll talk about in a bit. I felt like these were kind of like MVPs when it comes to the rookie.
Alright.
Labramon, just a couple of them, just so I can draw and then fill up my trash later. And then
Because this deck is very reliant on its trash.
trash, exactly, yeah. And then that's where good segue into Impmon, where you're gonna trash an option and then you're gonna get one of your 3 Musketeers or even the 7 Demon Dragon ones.
Okay.
But yeah, so those are the rookies. And then yeah, just to go off of what you're kind of talking about with what you want to do, essentially you want to fill up your trash. And you're filling up your trash with your level, your cast 7's option cards, and it's all to help bring this baby out, Bielstermon.
The MVP.
Yeah, the MVP for sure. Yeah. Let's see. So with her, so once you fill up the trash, you lure this by however many 3 Musketeers are in the trash, or however many levels or cast 7 option cards are in there. So it can come out pretty soon, like maybe turn 3, turn 4. It can cost 7, 6, and it's pretty good. But late game, it's free. It's free. And then the nice thing is you can swing into security, let it die. Sure. Get Impmon. Put Impmon into play, discard or trash a option card, get this back, play it again for free. Like just being able to cycle and stuff like that is really good. But yeah, and then in terms of blockers, 4 Biomon, 6K blocker, pretty good standard, yeah. And then your Deputy Mons. Deputy Mons are kind of underrated, I feel like. The way I like to play them is with, Soundbermon, they usually pass a turn, you're at maybe 1, 2 memory, swing in, you're at 3 or 4, and then you just play Deputymon, reveal the top 4, and then you get an option or a 3 Musketeer card. You get both, or you get one, up to you however you want to fill in the graveyard, And then with this, the great thing is that you can digivolve any of your 3 Musketeers onto it, regardless of the color, regardless of the level, for 6 cost. So I've won several games just being able to go Deputymon into Magna Kidmon or Gundramon. And
Right, so you never feel kind of blocked out.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly. Which leads me into these 3 Musketeers that we have here. Gundramon, all of these, the great thing about it is, they're big bodies. They have either blocker for Gundramon or the +1 security for Magna Kidmon. But the nice thing is for both of them, you get to cast a level 7 option card for free. And you have a ton of options.
Right, something that's neat about the 3 Musketeers is their options don't really care about color as long as you have a 3 Musketeer on board.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why all my Digi-Eggs are purple, only because of Trump Sword. That's the only one that doesn't require. But for all the other ones, as long as you have a 3 Musketeers on board, then in the battle area, then you're good to cast these regardless of the color. And then I kind of have a couple of little spicy text in there for sure. For Bezelmon just being able to delete something, go right into an Impmon as well pretty early. Since you fill up the trash very quickly, you could do this really soon as well. The melee has been great when it comes to like level 7s, because this deck is really hard to deal with level 7s when they come out, just because 5 bullets, 6 or less, usually they're swinging in with their level 7, so you can't get them with Trump Sword. So this allows at least that to happen, and if it ever gets deleted, you know, it comes back, so it's another brother again. And then Alter S, I haven't actually got to play it yet.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it hasn't came out yet, but I feel like it's a good tech to have, especially with Gundramon and, you know, Mega Kid.
Has it even been checked in security?
It hasn't even been checked in security yet. Yeah.
So it's still unknown to everyone.
Still unknown.
Okay.
Exactly.
Now, how about your Glaive memory boost?
So today I was actually deciding, do I do the memory boost or do I do the map tamer? And I feel like because I can, you know, decide when to gain the 2 memory, I kind of like the memory boost better. For example, like one time the opponent left me at 3, I had a memory boost in play, and it allowed me to go to 5. So it allowed me to go into Deputymon and then go into Gundramon for 6, and then get an option card and get rid of their board.
Okay.
So like just being able to decide when you want to use it, whenever it's best fit for that turn, is great. And you still, you know, get the same thing as Magic, where you get a purple Digimon. So being able to just go there into, you know, Belstramon, play Belstramon again, it's a nice little tech for sure.
All right. And is there anything that you feel like you would change?
Currently, so far it felt pretty good. The only thing is maybe the Alter S, just because I'm not too sure about it, or even the Belzamon. I feel so far it's been pretty consistent with the numbers, and I kind of like that. Like I have tech for all different types of matchups. So I wouldn't change anything until I see something that's super problematic. And so far, you know, it's been good.
All right.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
All right. So what decks did you go up against, and like what were your matchups against them?
So I played against Jessmon, Security Control, and what else did I play? Yesterday was against Gobblemon. The other 2 today, man. Oh yeah, Isolmon. Or Eosmon, and I completely blanked on that one. That was my first matchup, and then the second one after that, though, who did I play after you? Man.
Was it Goblin?
It was Gobblemon. Yeah. So it was Gobblemon. So yeah, so I played almost against all the top tier decks for sure.
All right, and did you feel like you had harder matchups against certain decks, or?
Security Control is always like a tough matchup because, you know, they can replenish their security, so it's all about timing when to do it. It's hard to go wide in this deck until you get late game where you hit Nailbone and you just keep kind of cycling Nailbone to go wide, but then they have board wipes and you kind of have to reset again.
Right, so it's just kind of like a tug of war.
That's a very good
analogy. Runs out of
analogy.
resources first.
Exactly. So just, you know, being able to loop kind of Billstramon with Nailbone kind of helped me stay in the game. And then I thought Jessmon would be kind of difficult because they have delicate plans, but you know, all my matchups against Jessmon just today and yesterday, they kind of just bricked.
Okay.
So
I guess that is kind of the problem with
I think that is the problem right now with it too. So that's why I like the consistency of this deck, because you can kind of, you know, if they don't kill you right away, you set up at late game and you just beat them. Right. Your late game is really good with this deck.
All right. And how did you feel going up against Crest of Friendship?
That's a Gobblemon one?
Yeah.
Gobblemon one. I don't know. I felt it was fine, to be honest. Yeah, I just like removing them. I think he was playing too aggressive, and that's the thing. So, like, he didn't save his Gobblemon at all. He would try to kind of like kill me right away. But you know, with Trump Sword, Fly Bullets, and even like Happy Bullet, just being able to just board wipe him because he's not playing around it was really good. Yeah. That was actually my first matchup against Gobble, so so I hadn't had like prior experience, so it's small sample size. From that matchup, it felt pretty. It was 2-0, so.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for your time and good luck in your championship.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it, man.